My guests today are Shanna Sykes and Emily Moody, Extension Agents with Clemson's Rural Health and Nutrition Program. Emily, tell me where you are and what program you're working on.
So I'm in Greenville County and I'm working on a program called Health Coaches for Hypertension Control. So I work with participants in the community that have high blood pressure, and we just cover topics about nutrition, physical activity, medication management, stress management, things like that, all related to hypertension.
How many times do you meet with them?
We meet once every 2 weeks for about 4 months.
And is it for a full day or just a part of the day?
We just meet for an hour and we kind of have a support group and we do a lot of discussion. So I don't want to be up there just talking at them the whole time. We do a lot of group discussion.
So it's not a huge commitment for them to do it, but have you seen any good results?
I have. I actually had a participant last week. He came in and told me they had cut salt out of his diet and replaced it with Mrs. Dash, and he likes the spicier flavor, so he was doing that, and his doctor let him know that his blood pressure was down to 130/70, so that was great news.
That was a pretty good result, wasn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Shanna, tell us where you're located and what programs you're involved with.
So I'm in Anderson County, and I also teach the hypertension class as well, but we also have the first ever South Carolina Baby Cafe. And really, it's just a support group for women in the area who are breastfeeding or want to breastfeed. I'm a certified lactation counselor, so I can help them if they have any breastfeeding needs. And they can just call us because sometimes the locations will vary and times might change. We also have a school wellness checklist where we were trying to reduce childhood obesity in the county. We're working with School District 4 on that wellness checklist, and it's addressing things such as nutrition and physical activity in the school, and not just for the students, but also for the teachers and the staff as well.
Now, you don't have to go in and teach every component of that, though, do you? Doesn't the school, you give them suggestions and ideas?
Yeah, and part of it is facilitating in the community anybody that would love to come in and teach the kids nutrition or physical activity, or anything that they want to teach or do for the teachers as well. And so it's just making those connections, but also guiding them in directions on how to improve the nutrition and physical activity in the schools.
Well, today I think we were going to specifically talk about salt and high blood pressure or hypertension, and why is that such a connection, and why is it important to learn about it?
Well, salt is actually one of the biggest contributing factors in the diet to high blood pressure. And Americans typically get way more salt than they actually need. And about 23 to 2,400 milligrams is the recommended salt intake daily. And that's actually about the size of a teaspoon here.
Oh.
But people with high blood pressure, they actually need less than this, and it's about 1,500 milligrams.
So if that doesn't mean, though, that I get to put that much salt out and use that much every day, because don't a lot of the foods that are prepared already have salt in them?
So that's why we're here to talk about some spices and herbs and substitute of salt, because it is in so many foods already. But also, that's not a whole lot. Even if you're just sprinkling a little bit here and there in your cooking, it can really add up. And most Americans, how much do you think that they get on average? So 2,400 is the recommended amount.
Gosh, I would think maybe 3 or 4.
3,400 milligrams is how much an average American
way
gets
more.
in. Yeah, so it's way more than that they need.
Now, how about these salt substitutes that are they called lower salt or something like that, and they have potassium in them?
Well, there's a no salt, and it's called no salt. And if you look on the back, it'll say potassium instead of the sodium. And it's a good substitute, but you have to talk to your doctor, because it does have potassium, and that can interfere with some of the medications.
Oh, okay. All right. So don't just make that switch without
No, don't make
discussing
that
it.
switch. Yeah,
Okay.
always talk to your doctor too.
Well, it looks like maybe we could use some herbs and decide not to use so much salt. Is that what we're going to talk about?
We're actually going to make a little dip here for our bread today. And it's got basil in it, thyme, sage, I think, and marjoram, and some garlic, I think is what we put in it.
Mm-hmm.
So we just have a little bit of olive oil here, and we're just going to drizzle it on this plate here.
Very artistically done.
Mm-hmm. And then you can sprinkle on. And again, this is to taste. Now, I love a lot of spices and herbs, so it's just how you like to taste and how much you like. So.
And from this point, we just have a nice...
nice spread of bread, and you just dip it in, and that's a really good appetizer.
But tell me, if people want to learn more about y'all's programs, how to get that information.
So they can contact their local extension office, and there's so many different counties that have different programs going on, and that would be the best way to find out what's going on in their community.
Okay, well, I want to thank y'all for sharing this information, and I think now we ought to share the bounty.
Yes, thank you.
Very good.
Mm-hmm.